Hi everyone, my name is Arsen. I want to talk a bit about one library which I found some time ago, and I start to use it, and I like it very much because it makes my life easier, and I believe my colleagues also, because it helps to manipulate the animation for the website in the easiest way possible. Let's go for the first slide. All right, what this library can offer? It's a better developer experience. We can animate the moment when the component mount on the DOM and unmount. Also, it has a layout magic. Every time some element unmount from the DOM, instead of jumping and have like a jumping interface, it just automatically animate to fill the space on the place where the element was gone. What else? It has a support for the gestures, so we don't need to install separate libraries just for that to support gestures. And of course, performance. Under the hood, it uses request animation. And accessibility. It's also take accessibility in account. And for example, if user select the settings for his laptop device, Windows, MacBook, whatever, reduce motion, the animation library will take this and not make crazy animations. Okay, developer experience. Here we have a div. We use div everywhere. Instead of proper HTML tags, developers use divs. Framer motion library can wrap every HTML tag with just small prefix, motion.html tag. And here inside we can write rules for animations. Here it's written like inline, just for demo purposes, but of course in the production we can create a separate file called animation.ts, for example, and there we can declare all the animations in objects which we're gonna use in our website. That eliminates the mistakes when one animation was done by one developer and then in another component, which is supposed to be the same animation, was done by another developer. So when he was checking the Figma, he just understood it a bit differently. So we have slightly different animations. If we have one centralized place for animations, you can do the PR code review and you see that this animation was important and used for this specific component. So that's gonna eliminate this kind of tiny mistakes. Now I'm gonna show the same. Here's the animation. It's a simple for hello world, just fading. For CSS way, we need to play with classes, with keyframes, and also in different scenarios we also have to deal with timers, like when the animation finished, just to calculate something and then remove the classes. This, one of my favorite feature, is animate presence. This animate presence, it's like a sandbox or area within we can animate everything, whatever we want. So don't forget, if you're gonna use this animation, and I insist just to try, we have to put the wrapper, and then inside we can make whatever animations we want, and just don't forget to use the key. It's important for animate presence to know which element exactly needs to be animated and how. For example, we have array of items and we can animate them within. Important, if we're gonna use conditional rendering here. For example, where we have items, array of items. Sometimes we can forget and put conditional rendering outside. So animate presence will be also part of the condition. That's important not to do, because in this case we will not have the exit animation, the time when the component unmount from the DOM. Let's go next. This is another feature called layout. If you're gonna add to any element, it's gonna flip animation for us instead of just handling the classes, etc. That means if we have layout, we click, set state goes to expanded, and then when we go back, it's just like smoothly animated back. This is also useful stuff. It has support for draggable elements. It has an inbox support for draggable elements, and also it can provide some useful data, as you can see here, like a drag position. This information we can use to trigger some different logic on the website. It's like whatever you can imagine, you can use that information. So, another useful stuff this library can provide is like you can chain and create a sequence of the animations, and they're gonna be triggered one after another, so we don't have to handle that also. And that's what I mentioned before. We have to keep in mind that we always provide the key for the element, because I'm gonna show you now with the key. We have an animation. You see, count 1. Everything is good. But when we don't have a key, the library just don't know which exactly element we need to animate. So it's important. And the same for animate presence, for conditional rendering. As I said before, here it's conditional rendering, it's done right, so animate presence is always there. So we can see the smooth exit animation. But if conditional rendering also include this wrapper, then no exit animation for us. That's it. Thank you.
Any questions? Okay, question there. So just go ahead.
Hi. So sorry if you covered this in the start. I hope I didn't have a senior moment. This, to me, the code that you showed seemed to be a bit like a templating language. This is not actual markup that you're having in the page, right? And this is not custom elements or anything like that. This needs to be part of your front-end framework?
I didn't understand the question again, please.
Can you go back to one of the coding examples? So yeah, this animate presence element, that I'm assuming that's not a custom element, that's either maybe a React component, Vue component, something like that?
No, this animate presence, it's a part of Framer Motion library. You can just import into the component and use it as a wrapper. So you don't need any other configuration. It has some props, for example, like animate wait, I believe. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna wait for one animation to finish and then start to another. If inside two components, for example, gonna trigger almost at the same time animation, it's gonna wait and make a trigger second animation only after.
Okay, but this then is something you import into your front-end project, which either runs Nuxt, Vue, something like that, or React, or because this doesn't seem, maybe I'm misunderstanding, but this is not a custom element, so this doesn't seem like native HTML, right?
Are you talking about this one?
For example, yeah.
Yes, you missed that part, or maybe I didn't deliver this information clearly. every HTML tag you can import from the Framer Motion library. Like if you're thinking about paragraph, so you import from Framer Motion, motion.p, and etc. So the same for motion.div.
Okay.
If you want to use animated div with this library, you have to import like motion.div.
Okay. I would still like to go into more detail with you, but later on maybe. But
All right.
I don't know if anyone.
Any more? Anyone? Sure.
This seems a lot like React. Could this be used on any other framework?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. If there are, first of all, any more questions? No? So let me try to make this question. I'm not sure if it will make sense, but what about performance? So you said that you have experience like using this tool, but what you felt like about the performance of a website when using this tool? Did it like decrease a little bit? What is your experience?
That's another benefit from this library. If library handle for you the animation and performance, then you're good. So that means like less opportunity for developer to do something wrong.
All right.
Like to forget to clean timeout or timer somewhere.
Okay, cool.
So actually it's even better performance.
Okay, cool. So, any more? No. So if that's the case, thank you very much.
Thank you.